Ometeot. Hi and welcome to this full moon forecast for the full moon energies of Capricorn happening on July 3rd in 2023. So I'm Magic Maggie and I'm a mistress of the moon, soul communicator, writer, creatix, mother, a bunch of titles we can put on ourselves. If you want to know more about me and my work, check out the description window below. Today, we're going to do things a little differently. So we just jump straight into our meditation or check-in with ourselves and tuning into the energies of this full moon for Capricorn. So I invite you to close your eyes if that feels good for you and just take a couple of breaths, like deep, really juicy breaths. Feel into your body. Feel the expansion with the breath and start inviting the energies into your body, opening the crown chakra, opening your base chakra, and just let the breath draw in the energies from the earth and the moon. And maybe, yes, the sky wants to come in there a little too, just opening up for the divine above and the divine below, however you call them. And let them meet in your heart and sink deeper into your soul and into your cells as you breathe. Stay with your breath a few more rounds, drawing the energies. And when you feel ready again, start opening your eyes, come back to our circle here in the group. So welcome to this moon energy forecast for the full moon in Capricorn on July 3rd, 2023. We have a few different themes, lunar themes, that we're going to dive into together. See how, where we're being asked to journey with the divine feminine, with our deepest self, and how we can work with these themes happening now and on the coming weeks after the full moon. So the full moon is our transit, our portal, where we let go of old and move into new. So also letting go of our practice. We were on the mat in yoga terms from the new moon, did our practice, and now we're moving out, take our practice out into the world, speaking metaphorically. So let's dive into our first theme. I'm gonna have to check my notes a little bit. Keep the rhythm while opening to more of the unknown. So let me feel into this. What came up for me is how can we honor our ancestors and the traditional ways of doing things. We keep the rhythm, and while we are also opening to more of the new that's coming in, to opening up to more of our own ways, our own personal ways. This theme, I feel, is a very personal theme. So how that shows up for you and how you want to reflect on it is very different to the person next to you in the circle, right? As always, but this might be even more so, very personal theme. So how can we still in our lives, in our practices, honor the traditional ways, honor the traditional rhythms, while keeping keeping this open flow to our new selves, to the new that wants to come into more love. So when I tuned in on this and meditated on this theme, what came up really strongly was working with boundaries. So if you've been with me for a while, you've heard me talk a lot about energetic boundaries, how we work with loving boundaries to create more flow, to start to navigate our own energy in a whole new way. And boundaries have so many layers to it. There's so many ways we can work with them, right? But now what came up strongly is that we need to say no, like a really strong no. I'm not accepting this anymore. This is not working for me. No, both for myself and no for someone else, and no for the divine feminine herself. Like, this is a strong no. It's firm, but at the same time, it's really loving. That no comes not from anger, not from hatred, not from any kind of frustration or suppression. It's a loving no. It's just, I'm open. I'm fully open. I'm loving. I'm so open to the love. I have this love, and I say no to you. I say no with love. So can you feel into that a little bit? Feel in how would that feel for you if you could say no with that loving force? Still, like, I love you, but this is no. We really, for those of us who have kids, that's really an everyday practice. Like, I love you so much, but no, I cannot let you do this right now. So that's such a blessing, really, to practice this with the kids over and over again. And now we get to take that out also in a more, in a broader sense, even though the kids are really, of course, the world and our future. So this is a time to say no with that firm love, and to be able to hold these boundaries and say no, we need to know that rhythm I was talking about in the beginning. We need to know our own structures, our own paths, my ways of doing things, while I'm really like accepting, holding space for loving all roads, paths, and structures. Like, that's your way of doing things. So knowing these boundaries, this is my ways, and this is how I work, and this is how I need to move, and accepting your ways, and this is that structure that they have. We can meet in that and find it's not a new rhythm, it's not a new structure, but it's a new way of meeting, a new way of uniting, with just that, from that acceptance and boundary, really. So what can spring from that is just like whole new levels of co-creating, of coexisting, and for that we need to know our own boundaries, physical boundaries, our own rhythms and structures. So if you want to work more with boundaries and feel like yes, this is something I have to revise right now in my practice, I have a free workbook for you that's called 4 Signs You Have Poor Boundaries plus How to Fix Them. So if that calls to you, it's a link below, and you can check that workbook out. Now let's dive into our next theme. Sana, sana, sana corazón, agua del cielo. So if you want a lengthier version of this full moon energy forecast for Capricorn, July 3rd, there's a written article where I go into things I might not mention here. So, and there are also rituals and practices that will aid you in navigating these energies. So check that out if you feel called to do a deeper dive into the energies. The link is below. So our next lunar theme is let joy lead the way. So let joy lead the way. There is massive Shakti energy, like divine feminine energy, pouring all over us right now. It's available to all of us. I mentioned it in a few previous videos, and right now, just like call in that energy, be open to it, call her in, and trust the process. um so really our practice is to open up more for this. Where in my life can I open up more to the divine feminine? Like I see so often women come to women's circles, they do their practice, they want to gather, they want to do rituals and everything, but then why are you not bringing all of you into all aspects of your life, right? um, this is really embodiment. This is when we live fully, completely in our powers and in our true, authentic selves. So that is really what this energy, the divine feminine or Shakti, however you see her, Mother Nature herself, this life force wants from us right now. More opening up, and just call in more of her into all aspects of our lives. Where can you take her? Can you take her to your job? Can you take her to your relationships? Can you take her in your everyday talking and speaking? So where can you be more of the divine feminine in your life? She doesn't want to be hiding in the dark anymore. She wants play, she wants joy, she wants fun, and there are just so many things that uh, we want to do. And usually, when you have a lot of her in you, running in your life, and when you tune into, I mean, I meet so many women also feeling like there's so little time. There's so many things I want to create. There's so many things I want to do, and I want to give endlessly and more. And the question is how. Well, uh, this is your answer. Like, the embody the divine feminine. She wants to be full all the time. She wants to just overflow with abundance and joy and love, so that what drips over, that pours over into little pools of love, and they grow into their own pools of love. So that's really how we can do this, how we can have all that time and space and energy, just embody more and more and more. And it's always more, there's always more. um, there are, of course, unique individual ways to do this, but there are also a bunch of beautiful practices uh, to work with her and to embody her. So what I usually teach, a good way to start with, is what our previous theme was talking a bit about. It's the rhythms, the rhythm and the routines, and incorporating those into every aspect of your life, really. And so, for instance, rather than putting the moon ritual or the ceremony or whatever into your already existing schedule, can you do the other way around? Can you plan your entire schedule around the moon, around that rhythm, around those phases? To help you with this, I have a free workshop called The Phases of the Moon, with really like practical tips and insights in how our ancestors have lived in tune with these energies, and how you can incorporate it into everyday life. So check that out. I'll leave the link below if that resonates with you where you're at right now. So that's what I usually suggest as a really strong and solid foundation to put the routines and rhythms into practice in all aspects of your life, right? So the next step then is what I mentioned, let joy lead the way. So really feeling into that And this is really shifting so much right now. The energies are shifting. What was true for us just a few days ago might not be true today. Might come back to it, sure, but to stay with your focus also, like leaning into the feeling of joy. Does this feel joyful? Does this feel good? Is this where I should put my focus right now, my energy right now? So when we invite her in, more of Shakti in, um, we can feel that push. We can feel that this is joyful. This is where I want to give more. So that's really a tangible first action step towards that embodiment I was talking about, to let joy lead the way. Just full on give yourself to that. This feels good. I'm going that way. All right, a third lunar theme. Where are you going? That's just, I meditated on this. Should it be a question like that? Just where are you going? Could be very stressful, right? But the answer I get, the interpretation I have is that's a reflective question, as always with the moon energies and these moon forecasts, right? The reflection, the introspection work, and a good question to have with you now as you you go into this full moon energies the coming weeks or so, like, and leaning into the previous line, following the joy, like always also staying in this maturity and this groundedness, asking yourself, where am I going? Where am I going? And in a more long-term sense, it's about where am I going for the next step, for the next phase in my journey here on earth. So right now we might feel a strong pull towards staying safe, staying at home, staying in what feels comfortable, what feels like known to us. And really, like, caretaking is such a powerful creative force. Right now, though, we're being asked to practice both sides, as we saw on the new moon. Now it's like taking action on that, practicing both sides. So we need also the other side of it. This full moon asks us to take our shoes on and go walking. Go for a walk just to explore. Go for a walk to meditate. Go for a walk to open up for the new. Go walking to understand, where am I going? Where am I going long term? To see the new roads. So at times we need to get out of that really comfortable hamaka or the couch, and start moving a little bit. Try a new road. Even, like, it's doesn't have to be for really long, deep journeys or inquiries. It's not that energy that I feel into, but rather like moving a little bit, and see those new opportunities. So with that, we can reevaluate. We're halfway through this year, so we can reevaluate our journey forward for the coming moons, the coming moon cycles, the coming 6 months, right? Where for the rest of this year are we going? Where do I want to put my focus, and how? So this summertime and full moon energy can play a really important role in that next step of your journey. And it could be like even jumping a few steps ahead. If you dare to come out of your shell and your safety a little bit, and take like a look at that way, and there's a new road. So they're jumping on opportunities that coming your way could lead to really like new roads and new opportunities that you wouldn't dream of, that you couldn't see or think of before. So that's really available now. Just that's a door opening. Do you have the courage to walk through it and just see what's on the other side? Take a little walk. And even if you're being asked to be flexible and to make it work, that might be the thing. It might be openings, opportunities coming your way, but there might also be the other side of it. Like, you need to be a bit flexible in your scheme, in your routines, in your mind, to make it work. And you need to work to achieve what it is that you want. Work being having the courage to move, to have the courage to plan and to lead yourself forward in this new phase of your journey. You might just end up finding insights and relationships that weren't there before. And what I feel is really like, with these doors opening, the world family is waiting for us when we walk through these doors. So even though it might seem scary or confusing at times, lean into that energy of joy, of divine feminine, leading you forward while staying mature, staying in your plan. Like, how can I plan this? How can I be flexible with this? So really now is a good time to create a roadmap and a new rhythm or structure, or like rather tweak the structure and rhythm that you might already be having for the coming moons and the rest of the year. So, but first, really do your re-evaluation first from the previous 6 months, and what worked, what didn't, where am I at right now. So for your full moon ritual, for the full moon Capricorn, I suggest you check it out, the lunar themes for 2023. There's a free workbook. I leave the link below to do that evaluation and to be able to take the next step of leading yourself forward in the new rhythm. All right, my friends, those were the lunar themes for a full moon in Capricorn happening on July 3rd, 2023. I'm Magic Maggie. I'm so happy you tuned in with me and us in the circle space here today. I look forward to hear your comments and your insights, either in the emails, on this video. So check out that written article if you want to go deeper with us and come into our more intimate circle. And as always, please subscribe to this channel, share it with anyone you think might resonate with this message. And I see you again soon. So much love.